Today is gonna be the day I'm gonna teach you how to play the song. By now, I bet somehow you've been playing it all wrong. I don't believe that anybody knows how to play the song like I do. It's wonderwall, and I messed it up a little bit there, but who cares? All right. Sup? I'm going to teach you how to play Wonderwall the proper way with efficiency and rhythm. This came about because I was watching Liam's band, and Liam's guitar player is amazing when he plays this. And I thought, wow, how is he keeping his timing and his rhythm, and how is he looks like he's not moving at all when he's playing it, and that's a good sign. When somebody looks like they're not moving when they're playing, that means that's a good player playing with efficiency. They're barely pressing down on the strings. They're not using much effort, and that way they're going to sound great. You see somebody that's like, oh, moving around hard, that's not going to sound good. The best players are the guys that look like they're barely moving, and they're just gently, that's going to sound the best. You're just barely moving and you're efficient. So this is a lesson about efficiency, about it's also about the fingering of the chord shapes, which you can alter in each song. Basically what happened was Liam's guitar player, it appeared that he altered not the shapes, but the finger pattern of the chords, so that specifically in this song, when he makes the chord changes, they change effortlessly due to the decisions that he made with his fingering, and some of this stuff is not easy. It takes a little bit of effort to get to this place where you have good rhythm and effortless, efficient fret hand, good rhythmic right hand. It takes a little bit of effort. So this is more of a lesson about not just Wonderwall, but techniques that you can use on all of your songs to make yourself sound better. And it's not necessarily easy. It does take practice, but it's worth it. It makes it easy in the long run. It might be a little bit more effort to get there, so let's get started. This is a guitar, standard tuning, capo 2nd fret. I tuned after I put the capo on. You can do that because the capo will throw it out a little bit. So I got the acoustic amp right here, so it'll sound a little bit better and you can hear it. Okay, tip for acoustic amp. Turn the acoustic amp balls up high and the guitar volume down, acoustic up, the amp up, volume down. Turn the amp up as far as you can hear it hissing, and just creep the guitar volume up a little bit. Sounds freaking good. Okay? All right. Then you get a little distortion to it. It sounds cool. Okay, here we go. If you want the chords, they're available. What I'm talking about are the shapes that you use with your hand. And I started watching Liam's guitar player, how he was doing it. Okay, and I realized he made some decisions to make the song easier to play. And here's what he's doing. Okay, E minor 7. Most people will play it with this shape like this. It's the way I learned to play it. This shape, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change these 2 fingers. We're going to swap them. We're going to swap these 2 fingers so that they're going like this. So these 2 fingers, and every chord change that we do, if you drew a line on the top of those 2 fingers, they should hit me basically in the face or in the shoulder. Okay? So if I draw a line on the top of those 2 fingers, it should hit me on the shoulder. That's how you know you're doing it right. And every chord change that I do, I want to see that line hit me on the shoulder. Those have to be the same, because watch this. Okay, E minor 7, watch the G. G, Watch the D. Can you see that? You can see it. There's the D. Okay. A. Okay. C. E minor 7. Whatever, E minor 7. Whatever. G. See the line? Going towards the face. Going towards my face. A going towards my face. D's a little bit different. Sorry about that one. D's just... D is the FU. Just FU. FU. Okay? And C. Line towards the face. Those line up. 2 fingers line towards the face. G. Okay, you might not be used to doing these shapes. It took me like 2 days of practice. It took me like 2 days to train myself to do those chords that way because I'm old and I'm set in my ways, but it might be easier for you, but learn to do them this way just for this song. And for the next song, maybe learn something different that aids you with the chord changes. Maybe use a different method. But I stole this from Liam's guitar player, and it's fantastic. It took a little bit of work to train myself to do them that way, but it's worth it. Watch. Okay, now I'm going to play with a little bit of that the pattern that you hear in the song. So you'll see, it looks like I'm not doing anything. I'm barely doing anything. Now let me slow this down. Okay. E minor 7. So you want to do a little hammer down. See, that's the D. That's the FU chord, D. Watch this. So I gotta start over. Then I place the middle finger down. And I bring up the pointer finger to go the data. That's all you do when you start over. That's it. Down, up, down, middle finger down, pointer up. Middle finger down, pointer up. Freaking genius! Thank you, guitar player from Liam's band. It's easy. Look at that. Okay. That's amazing. Okay, there's a little bit more going on there. Let me finish with the song, all right? Here's the second part. Okay, here's the first part. Goes, today is gonna be the day you're gonna bring it back to you. By now, you do somehow, what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you. Now this is where there's a little change about you. Listen to the vocal. Now. So it goes to the C. Only time it does that is when you first play it. So feel the way I do about you. When about you now, the first time you get about you now, it's C, B, D, A. And then you go back to your E minor. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. Out of doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you. Now when you go to the now, it's not the C, it's the E minor. About you now. It's about you, it's the E minor. About you now. So the first time the now is the C. About you now. The second time it's the E minor. About you now. You can hear it when Liam's singing it. You can hear it if you listen close, okay? Okay, then we go, and all the roads we have to walk are winding. And all the lights they have to light are blinding. Okay, 3 chords. C, D, E minor. So, see all the roads we have to walk, winding. And there's a little hammer action going on there. Okay, let me do that better. All the roads we have to walk are winding. All the lights that light the way are blinding. Okay, now we gotta talk about strum patterns. I'm trying to go quicker, it's gonna get too boring. Talk about strum patterns. Strum pattern, forget about the up, down crap that you thought about was the pattern. That's not the pattern. The pattern doesn't come from the up, down thing. The pattern comes from the combination. It's from what you hear, the combination of everything that you're doing with your hands. So if my strum pattern includes me muting here, that's this hand doing it. If it includes me missing, that's this hand doing it. So there's a lot more than up and down. There's misses, there's muting, there's accents, stuff like that. So to play rhythmically correct, you must, if you don't see me going up, down with this hand, you see me pausing while I'm playing this, I'm making a mistake because I'm trying not to pause. I'm trying to go constant 1, 2, the whole song. Even if I'm trying to just do this the whole time, and that's it. If I pause, I'm screwing up. Sometimes I do pause, and it's a mistake. Okay, so I'm trying to do this the whole time. So now you'll be able to see. Okay, I'll back up a little bit. Sorry. You're welcome, by the way. No, guys have been good to me on Facebook and YouTube, and these are things that I wish I would have learned earlier, and I think they're important. So I hope they help somebody. But okay, here we go. Here's how you do the patterns. Sometimes I miss. Talked about this in my other video. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I don't, but this has to go up and down. So let me do it. So how am I doing that if this is just going up and down? How am I doing it? Let me do it again. I'm doing it by sometimes missing with this hand. How am I going to ding, ding, da, 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 down, down, da? That's what you hear, but you see this. Okay? That's because it's like this. Let's slow it down. Miss. Couple misses. A lot of misses. Miss. Okay, there's a lot of missing going on. I'm not going to go through and go, this is when you miss and this is when you don't miss. You'll figure that out. That's part of the fun of it. Okay, I had to figure it out. It might take a little bit of time, but once you get it, that's the work part. So if somebody's on YouTube saying, this is the easy way to play the song, that might not be the best way to do it. You might want to do it the hard way or the proper way. You'll be a better player quicker. Unless you're Jack White and you think there's no rules how to do it. Well, you're not Jack White. Neither am I. So just do what I'm telling you. Unless you're talented, then you can do it whatever way you want. All right, so this is up and down. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. That's how you do it. And sometimes you mute with this hand. Sometimes you hammer on some, but you got to make it sound like this. Bow, wow, bow, now, bow, now, bow, bow, bow. Why are you going up and down? That's why your rhythm stays good, because this is always up and down and not pausing. Okay, and then and now you hear that bim, bim, bim. This must sound like this. Bim, bim, bim. efficiency. Brilliant. Should I pause? Continue the song.